Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Open English Podcast. I am Sam.
And I am Lisa. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Today's topic is something that almost everyone struggles with in modern life.
Focus.
Yes, the ability to concentrate on one thing, to give your full attention to what you are doing without your mind jumping to 10 other things.
And in a world full of phones, notifications, social media, and constant noise, focus has become one of the hardest things to maintain.
But also one of the most valuable, because the person who can focus deeply in a distracted world has a significant advantage.
Today, we want to talk about what focus really is, why it is so hard, and what actually works to improve it.
Before we start, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast. It is completely free.
And if you are watching on YouTube, please like the video. It helps more English learners find us every week.
Okay, let us talk about focus.
Sam, be completely honest with me. How is your focus right now?
Right now, at this moment?
Right now, while we are recording.
Good, actually, because I'm talking to you and there is nothing else competing for my attention.
But what about when you are working alone, writing, reading, studying?
That is a different story.
Tell us.
I have a problem with what I call the loop. I sit down to work, I open my laptop, I start working, and then after about 8 minutes, my hand reaches for my phone automatically.
Without you even deciding to pick it up?
Without any conscious decision, the hand just moves like it has its own brain.
The automatic reach.
And I pick up the phone, I check something, nothing important, and then I put it down and I try to work again. And about 6 minutes later, the hand moves again.
And so you spend the whole working session in this loop?
Working for 6 to 8 minutes, checking the phone, working again, checking again, and by the end of 2 hours, I have done maybe 30 minutes of actual focused work.
That is a very common experience and very frustrating.
Very frustrating, because I sat at my desk for 2 hours, I felt busy, but I produced very little.
Busy is not the same as focused.
That is one of the most important distinctions in this whole topic. You can be busy all day and accomplish almost nothing.
And you can focus for 2 hours and accomplish more than most people do in a full day.
Yes, deep, focused work is incredibly productive, but it is hard to reach and hard to maintain.
Okay, I want to share my focus story because mine is a little funny.
Go ahead.
So about 2 years ago, I decided I was going to write something, a long personal project. I won't say exactly what, but it required a lot of concentrated thinking and writing.
And how did that go?
The first day, I sat down at my desk, very motivated, very ready. I had my coffee, my notebook, my laptop, everything prepared.
Perfect setup.
Perfect setup. And then I thought, before I start, let me just quickly check if I need anything from the supermarket.
The supermarket?
Because I might need to go later and it would be good to have a list ready. So I made a list, which took about 10 minutes. And then I thought, while I'm thinking about the house, let me just quickly organize my desk.
Of course.
My desk was already organized, but I reorganized it anyway. And then I thought, actually, I should probably eat something before I start. So I made a small snack, and then I cleaned the kitchen a little while I was there.
And by this point, how much time had passed?
1 hour and 20 minutes.
1 hour and 20 minutes before you even started.
And I had not written a single word, but my desk was very organized and my kitchen was very clean.
You were the most productive procrastinator in the world.
Exactly. I was doing everything except the actual thing I needed to do.
And this is called productive procrastination. You do other useful things to avoid the one important thing.
And you feel okay about it because you were not doing nothing, you were doing something.
But not the right something.
Not the right something at all. And I did this for 3 days in a row. 3 days of preparing to write without actually writing.
And then what changed?
I read one sentence somewhere, and it completely changed how I approached the problem.
What was the sentence?
The sentence was, you do not need to feel like working to start working.
Say that again.
You do not need to feel like working to start working.
That is such a simple but powerful idea.
Because I was waiting to feel ready, to feel inspired, to feel focused, and the focus never came because I never started.
And starting is what creates the focus.
Yes, I had it backwards. I thought, first I will feel focused, then I will start. But actually, first you start, then the focus comes.
Action before the feeling. We talked about this on our motivation episode too.
Exactly the same principle. principle. You do not wait for the feeling, you create the feeling through action.
And after that realization?
I sat down, I opened the document, and I wrote one sentence, just one, and then another came, and another, and after 20 minutes, I was fully focused, and the kitchen was completely forgotten.
Because you were in it.
Because I had started, and starting pulled me in.
Okay, let us talk about what focus actually is, because I think understanding it helps you manage it better.
Yes, focus is the ability to direct your full mental attention to one thing at a time.
And our brains are actually not designed for the world we live in today.
No, our brains evolved to notice new things, movement, sounds, changes in the environment. That was important for survival thousands of years ago.
But today, every notification, every social media update, every new message is triggering that same brain response.
Your brain says, something new, I must pay attention to it.
And so every ping on your phone interrupts your focus, not because you are weak, but because your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do.
So focus is not natural in the modern world. It requires deliberate effort and good systems.
Yes, focus is a skill you build, not a personality trait you either have or do not have.
And that is very good news because skills can be learned and improved.
Let us talk about what actually works. Real strategies for focusing better.
Strategy 1. Remove distractions before you need willpower.
Yes, do not rely on willpower to resist your phone. Put your phone in another room before you sit down to work.
Because willpower is a limited resource. It gets tired, and the more decisions and temptations you face, the weaker your willpower becomes.
So the smartest approach is to remove the temptation entirely. No phone in the room means no automatic hand reaching for the phone.
You cannot check what you cannot see.
Environment design is more powerful than willpower every time.
Strategy 2. Use time blocks.
Yes, instead of trying to focus for several hours, decide to focus for a specific short period, 25 minutes or 30 minutes.
This is sometimes called the Pomodoro technique. You work for 25 minutes with complete focus. Then you take a 5-minute break. Then you work again.
And knowing you only have to focus for 25 minutes makes it much easier to start.
Because 25 minutes does not feel overwhelming. Anyone can do 25 minutes.
And what usually happens after 25 minutes?
You are already in the flow, and you keep going naturally.
But even if you stop, you did 25 minutes of real focused work. That is valuable.
Strategy 3. Start with the hardest task first.
Yes, in the morning, your focus and mental energy are at their highest. This is when you should do your most difficult and important work.
Not check emails, not organize files, not make lists of what you need from the supermarket.
The hardest task first, before anything else.
Because if you do easy things first, you're spending your best mental energy on low-value tasks.
And by the time you get to the important work, you're already mentally tired.
So identify your most important task the night before and do it first thing in the morning.
Strategy 4. Create a focus ritual.
Yes, a ritual is a short routine you do before you start focused work. It signals to your brain that it is time to concentrate.
For example, Sam makes a specific coffee, puts on headphones with no music, and opens only the one document he needs to work on.
Every time he does those 3 things, his brain learns. This means focus time is starting.
Over time, the ritual itself triggers the focus state.
Like conditioning, you train your brain to focus on command.
My ritual is simpler. I write one sentence at the top of my page. What am I trying to achieve in this session?
Oh, I like that.
And that one sentence keeps me pointed in the right direction when my mind starts to wander.
Strategy 5. Accept that your mind will wander and have a plan for it.
Yes, your mind will wander every time. Even very focused people have wandering minds.
The difference is what they do when the mind wanders.
Most people follow the wandering thought. They think about something unrelated. That leads to another thought, and suddenly they're thinking about something from 3 years ago.
The focused person notices the wandering and gently brings their attention back.
Not with frustration, not with self-criticism, just calmly. My mind wandered, let me come back.
That gentle return is the actual skill of focus, not the ability to never get distracted, but the ability to notice distraction and return quickly.
A useful technique is to keep a small notepad next to you while working. When a distracting thought appears, write it down quickly and return to work.
Writing it down tells your brain, I have not forgotten this. I will deal with it later, so stop interrupting me now.
And your brain actually accepts that. The thought is captured, the distraction fades.
That simple notepad trick changed my working life completely.
Okay, let's see what we can do. So for next week, are we thinking a big chop, a trim, or something in between?
Yes, and distracted English practice is much less effective than focused English practice.
10 minutes of full attention to one English activity is worth more than 1 hour of half-distracted studying.
So when you listen to this podcast, try to give it your complete attention, not while doing other things, just listening, really listening.
Notice every phrase, every word you do not know, every sentence structure that feels interesting.
That active, focused listening is how your brain absorbs language most effectively.
And when you practice speaking or writing in English, do it without the phone nearby, without other tabs open, just the one English task.
20 minutes of focused English practice every day will improve your English faster than 2 hours of distracted studying.
Consistency and focus beat duration every time.
Okay, let us talk about the language now. Useful phrases for talking about focus in English.
Yes, to describe difficulty focusing, you can say, I find it hard to concentrate when, for example, I find it hard to concentrate when my phone is nearby.
Or, my mind tends to wander when, for example, my mind tends to wander when the task is difficult.
To talk about strategies you use, you can say, what helps me focus is, for example, what helps me focus is removing my phone from the room.
Or, I have found that, for example, I have found that working in short blocks of 25 minutes helps me stay concentrated.
And to talk about the importance of focus, you can say, I believe that focus is, or, in my experience, the best way to concentrate is.
These phrases are natural and useful in conversations about productivity, study habits, and work.
Let us do a short practice. Lisa, ask me about my focus habits, and I will answer using today's phrases.
Sam, how do you manage to stay focused when you have a lot of work to do?
Honestly, I find it hard to concentrate when my phone is nearby, so the first thing I do is put it in another room. What helps me focus most is starting with my hardest task in the morning when my energy is highest. I have also found that working in time blocks of 25 minutes is very effective. My mind tends to wander during those blocks, but I have a notepad beside me and I write down the distracting thought and come back to work. In my experience, the key is not to never get distracted. It's to notice the distraction and return quickly.
Perfect. Natural, organized, and full of real phrases.
Listeners, think about your own focus habits. What makes it hard to concentrate, and what helps?
Write in the comments, what helps me focus is, in English. We want to read your answers.
We read every comment, and focus tips from our listeners are always useful for everyone.
Okay, our summary.
First, focus is a skill, not a personality trait. It can be learned and improved.
Second, you do not need to feel focused to start. Starting is what creates the focus.
Third, remove distractions before you need willpower. Put your phone in another room.
Fourth, use time blocks, 25 minutes of focused work followed by a short break.
Fifth, do your hardest task first in the morning when your mental energy is highest.
Sixth, create a focus ritual, a short routine that tells your brain it's time to concentrate.
And seventh, when your mind wanders, don't fight it. Notice it. Write the thought down and gently return.
Before we go, our usual request.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast. It's completely free.
And if you're on YouTube, please like the video and leave a comment. Tell us your biggest focus challenge or share a tip that works for you in English in the comments.
Share this episode with a friend who struggles to concentrate. It might be exactly what they need today.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lisa.
Put your phone down, focus on one thing, and watch what becomes possible.
See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.